There are a few things nicer than waking up on anchor in a beautiful Mallorcan bay, and that's exactly what we've done this morning. We're chartering this beautiful Princess 72 through boats.co.uk, and we arrived in Palma Airport yesterday, were picked up, ferried straight to the boat in Calador, and because it was quite a windy day, we headed straight out, came along the coast with the wind behind us, the stabilisers on, making it a very comfortable ride. After a couple of hours, we pulled into the Bay of Alcudia, which gave us an opportunity to drop the hook out of the wind and then launch some of the fantastic toys that this boat carries with us. So we put the two sea bobs in the water. Our teenage boys had great fun mucking around, whizzing around the boat, diving under the water. Then we launched the little Williams jet tender. I took it out on a monoski, had a good blast around the bay, and came back. And what's so lovely about a big comfortable boat like this is even though the water temperature at this time of year, beginning of April, is still quite cold, we could then come on board, have a nice hot shower. Our lovely hostess Victoria made us some hot chocolate and tea and coffee, and we very quickly warmed up again. And then Captain Paul pulled up the anchor. We took us round to the Bay of Palença where we are now. We anchored up under this beautiful private villa behind us, which was the scene of the Night Manager. We've got lovely clear water. It's only about 5 meters of depth. We woke up to a bit more sunshine, a wonderful breakfast served by Victoria of freshly baked croissant and yogurt and local honey, and enjoyed a beautifully relaxed morning in this glorious location. So this is a completely different level of boating that I'm normally used to, and I have to say you very quickly get used to it. It's so comfortable. We've all got lovely ensuite cabins. We're in the big master cabin. Our friends are in the forward VIP, and then our 4 children are scattered between the double on one side and a twin on the other. Very comfortable, very warm, very cosy. It takes boating to a whole different level, and I have to say I'm really enjoying it. We've now left Calador and are heading off round the coast to try and find a nice calm bay. But while the boat is still nice and tidy, before the boys make a mess of it, I'll show you around a little bit. This is our Princess 72 before, and our lovely hostess Victoria, who is preparing some lunch for us underway thanks to those Humphrey stabilisers. It's all nice and calm on board. And we come down the stairs to the forward VIP cabin, where it's beautifully made up with a couple of towels made into swans, kissing swans. Very comfortable VIP cabin in the bows, ensuite heads, and comes back to the twin cabin for the guests, where our 2 16-year-olds are sleeping, and then down into the master, which again beautifully made up, and these lovely big windows where you can see the sea streaming past. A little bit of glare on this one, but very, very comfortable cabin. And even underway at this kind of speed, we're probably doing 15 knots. It's nice and quiet, very civilized. How's it going?
I think a little bit more top.
Here you go. Okay, give it a go. Yep. Yesterday was another very spoily day. We took advantage of our nice bit of shelter we've got here in Palença to get all the toys out again. We blew up one of the inflatable paddle boards, we had a play with the knee board behind the Williams, and of course the boys absolutely love mucking about with those sea bobs again. And then once we had enough of that and warmed up nicely, Victoria, our wonderful hostess, cooked us a fabulous meal on board. She had these gorgeous succulent prawns that she sautéed in garlic for us, which the boys thought was a main course, but just when that had finished, she then came out with a fabulous Mallorcan dish of cod cooked in beautifully sweet tomatoes and olives and capers. Absolutely glorious, in fact so glorious we then had to have a bit of a lie down after lunch just to digest it all. So some had the traditional Spanish siesta. I tucked myself up here on the flybridge, got out my book, snuggled up under one of the lovely rugs, and just had a fantastic hour reading my book under the sun and really chilling out, making the most of the boat. But after that, I couldn't resist taking the Williams sport jet out for a bit of a play. Me and the boys took it out round the headland and went to go and check out a rather remarkable 97-metre Fedship super yacht that was anchored in the bay round the corner. Made even this Princess 72 look small by comparison. It was absolutely enormous. And then came back to the boat. Couldn't resist watching the Grand National on the TV in the saloon. Had a bit of a sweepstake, why wouldn't you? And then Paul very kindly took us into town for a lovely dinner in a local tapas bar that we found in one of the back streets. And it's one of those glorious local restaurants where the food just kept coming. You didn't really even have to order anything. We just ordered a bottle of wine, and then course after course came of padron peppers and squid and delicious lamb cutlets. It just kept on coming. And the timing was so perfect. We came out of the restaurant, wandered back to the quay, and in the distance we could just see Paul coming to pick us up in the tender, which even the tender has underwater lights. So you could see him coming from some distance off, little glow of lights travelling across the water. Picked us up, and then we came back to the yacht. Again, you could see it all beautifully lit up in the bay, very welcoming and so warm on board. So we came in, had a bit of a nightcap, and then at that point the wind had dropped nicely. So we had a wonderful night on the anchor, just the sound of the waves lapping against the hull, drifting off to sleep. It was another really, really spoily day. So today I think we're going to pull up the anchor, head back round the coast, find another little bay, have a bit more fun. But that's one of the real beauties of chartering on a boat like this. The captain and crew takes all the stress away. They discuss the plans with you, go with what you want, and each day has a whole new set of surprises. So can't wait to see what today has got in store for us. This is what Victoria has prepared for us today. We're up on the flybridge, tucked into a nice sunny bay, and that is a spectacular spread for lunch, which we're all just holding off for a minute so that I can get a nice bit of video of it before it all gets hoovered up. But that looks absolutely spectacular. This is our final morning on board the Princess 72 B4. And I cannot think of a more beautiful spot to spend it. We had another fantastic day yesterday. We stopped off en route at a little beach and got all the toys out. Then we pulled into Porto Cristi on the way back, which was a beautiful little harbour, just enough space for us to creep in, have a little explore around, put me ashore, got some nice photographs. And then we tucked into Porto Colom for the evening, where we went out, had a wonderful meal, traditional paella, and stayed on a mooring buoy. And this morning we've got up a little bit earlier on our way back to Cala d'Or, and we've pulled into this perfect little cala where finally we've managed to escape the wind, and you can probably see just how beautiful it is in here. There's nobody else here at all. We're just surrounded by rocks, beautiful blue water, a perfect little sandy beach, and apparently this is one of their favourite spots to come for a lunch. You can have a barbecue on the beach, have the boat moored up here, get the toys out, couldn't be more perfect, and I'm really looking forward to just a little bit of time soaking it all in.